Alrighty, what's going on, you guys? I'm back today with another Call of Duty Black Ops 2 video, of course, playing some Domination on the map Stronghold. And today we're going to be talking about another, another weekend video. But this one's not as fun, I guess you could say. I definitely didn't have as good as a time this weekend. It was still fun, guys. Don't get me wrong. It was still freaking fun, but it was, some stuff happened, yeah. And it was really annoying, and I really got angry. Not angry necessarily, but it was annoying, let's just say that. So, basically what happened was this week we were riding around on the side-by-side again, which for those of you who didn't see my weekend goals video on like Sunday or Monday of last week, side-by-side's basically like a go-kart or a golf cart or something like that on steroids, goes faster, it's a little bit taller, it carries more people, so. Sorry, I just hit my mic, guys. But anyways, that's what a side-by-side is, and I have one. So like what me and my friends do is we'll hang out and we'll get on side-by-side, we'll go play some basketball, all that type of stuff. And so we did that again this weekend because we really had a really good and fun time last weekend doing it. And so that's what we were gonna do, and we did it. And so what we did was we hung out after school, and after school we went right and played some basketball at our old elementary school. And then whenever we were done playing basketball and we were fed up with it, we didn't want to play it anymore, we would come home, or we'd come to my house and we would chill out for probably about 30 minutes, and then we'd go and we'd jump on the side-by-side and we'd ride around my neighborhood. Have a good time, talk, have fun, go fast, whatever. And so like that was kind of like our plan. That's what we were gonna do. And so we were done the basketball, and we were going inside, and we were gonna go get on the side-by-side, of course, in a little bit, like I said. And it didn't work out as planned. So like at first it was fun and normal and all that stuff. We were going around and riding, and then like two of my friends, one of them being Prex US. If you guys haven't heard of him, he's one of my YouTubing friends. Two of them actually had to get out of the buggy so that they could use the bathroom. They had to go pee, and they were just gonna, like, we were in this cul-de-sac area, and there's like woods around the cul-de-sac, so they were just gonna pee in the woods around the cul-de-sac. So that's what they were gonna do. I dropped them off, and they were like literally just about to go to the bathroom. They were just about to go pee in the woods, and so they went over there. They were peeing, they were doing their business. One of my friends got done first, and the person who got done first was not Prex US. It was one of my other friends, and we decided to get my other friend in the buggy, and we were gonna ride away. We were literally gonna ride away, but we were gonna come back, of course. We weren't just gonna ride away and not come back. So I guess you can say we kind of didn't come back, but like whenever you guys hear the story, you'll kind of get it. So we were gonna come back, and so what we did was we rode away. We got about halfway up this hill, and the hill is like really close to the cul-de-sac that we left our friend in. So we didn't really think that much of it, I guess, and turned around about halfway up the hill, and we whenever we got to the hill, we turned into someone's not neighborhood, I'm an idiot. We turned into someone's driveway, and we went on ahead and turned back around, going the opposite way. We were going to go back to him and pick him up. And we decided to actually just sit in the middle of the road with the side-by-side. We were just going to sit in the middle of the road and wait for him to walk to us. Like, we were literally, that was our plan, to wait for him to walk to us. So about 10 minutes has passed by, and he hasn't walked to us yet, and we were like already like kind of worried, like why isn't he coming back? Like, is he just sitting there? I wonder if he's scared, because it was pitch black. It was like super quiet, except for like the humming of the side-by-side engine and all that stuff. It was super quiet, and he probably couldn't even hear the humming of the side-by-side engine. So where he was at, it was probably like just absolutely terrifying, like in my eyes. He said it wasn't too terribly scary, but I don't know. Anyways, so like I was like kind of just saying, like, man, I would hate if I were him right now, like we should go get him. And my friends were like, nah, let's just stay here for a little bit longer. This train comes, right? There's this train that is like, I guess I never knew about it, honestly, but I guess there's a train that runs right across there. So like not across the street, but like right like alongside it, parallel to the street that we were on. And we like heard something like roaring or like making a really loud sound, and it was like shaking the ground and all that stuff. And we were like, what the heck is that? Like, we were absolutely terrified. We didn't know what it was. And it was just a train, of course, like I said. And the train kind of like gave us a little bit of a signal to like just go on and freaking get him, because like the train kind of like snuck up on us and scared us. So like we were just like imagining what it felt like to him to actually be by himself and like feel, and like you could feel the train coming and also hearing it. So we were like, yeah, let's go get him. We ride down there and he's not there. And we're like, what the heck? Like, where did he go? So we were like calling his name. We were shining the lights of the side by side into like the woods and all that stuff. We couldn't find him. So we were like, maybe he somehow passed us. Like somehow he just did not see this big motorized vehicle sitting in the middle of the street and walked right past it, which we knew there was no way. So, you know, we ride back to where we were. We go to the top of the hill this time though, like to like see if he like somehow passed us and got that far. And we didn't see him. Well, we got really worried and actually freaking went to our neighbors. Like we went, or not neighbors, but like people who like have houses over there by where we were at. We went over to them and we're like, hey, like, did you see like a guy or a kid or whatever? He was like pretty scrawny and all this stuff, blonde hair, this and that. And they're like, no, but I'll let you know if I do see him. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And you know, I was like, good night. Sorry for bothering you this late at night. It was like 9:30. It wasn't like too terribly late, but like still, just you know, letting them know that I was sorry for bothering him. And he said, no, I didn't see anything, but I'll definitely let you know. And I was like, okay, well, can I, like, give you my number, and you can, like, text me or call me, if you see anything. And he was like, sure, sure. So, I give him my number, and we go back up to the top of the hill again, because, this guy's house was, like, right by the cul-de-sac. Like, his house's, driveway was in the cul-de-sac area. So, we like went back up to the top of the hill, but we went to the very top of the hill. Like we didn't go to like the middle of the hill like we did before and all that. So we went to the very top of the hill. And you know, still couldn't see him or anything. And we went back one more time just for good measure, because like he didn't even bring his phone with him. Prex, he didn't even bring his phone with him, so we couldn't call him and be like, hey dude, where are you? Like we were worried. Like I was expecting the worst, honestly. Like, all my friends were like, dude, don't, like, stop worrying. Or one of my friends was kind of like, why are you freaking out so much? And I'm like, dude, I'm just expecting the worst, because like there's no telling where he was, what happened to him. And we went back the very last time we were like seriously gonna go home, and we just like we were gonna have to tell my dad that like we lost our friend and we didn't know where he was. So we go back home, and we are like going back to the cul-de-sac for the last time, and we were gonna walk into the woods to see if he went into the woods for some stupid reason and just like didn't like listen to our yells. And we went back, and my friends were one of my friends had his flashlight on, and I was about to get my flashlight on. I like literally grabbed my phone out of my pocket, and it was like vibrating. And I was like, what the heck? It was my dad. And my dad was like, where are you guys at? And I'm like, we're in the cul-de-sac. And he's like, where's Caden at? And we're like, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, well, he's right here. Like talking about how like he's right there. And I was like, yeah, we lost him. And I told him the story I just told you guys about, like how we lost him and all that stuff. And we got home. My dad was like kind of mad, but he wasn't too terribly mad, which I'm actually really happy about. He took it pretty well, actually. And we got back home, and Caden, Prex, whatever, my friend, was sitting on my bed, and my parents were talking to me a little bit. My two other friends went back to my room, and my friend was sitting on my bed. And whenever I got in there, I was like, so what happened? And he's like, well, I walked up the street. And I was like, what, you walked up the street? And he was like, yeah, like that was one of the very first things he said. He was like talking about how he like walked up the street. I was like, how'd you get home? Or like, how'd you get here, like without passing us? He's like, well, I just walked up this street. I was walking on the side of the road, and I just like got here whenever the train came. Remember, guys, I told you about the train. He said whenever the train came, I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna like walk. I'm gonna find my way to my friend's house. So he started walking back to my house, and I'm like, how'd you get to the stop sign at the end of that street? Like, and the stop sign is like on the top of the hill. Like you have to go up the hill, you have to go a little bit further, and then you'll be there. You'll be at the stop sign, and you'll make a right or left, whichever way you want to go, and you can get to my house from there. Well, I don't know how, but he got there. He passed right by us. He literally passed directly by us somehow, someway, and didn't see a big buggy sitting in the middle of the street. And I was very confused. I didn't know how that's even possible, but he passed right by us while we were in a buggy. He said he was walking on the side of the street the whole entire time. And like I told you guys, we went back and forth multiple times. We stayed there. We waited for the train to totally pass by whenever we went down to the cul-de-sac, and he was already at the stop sign up at the very top of the hill. And remember, we were at like the middle of the hill. Um, we were around at the middle of the hill. He was at the stop sign past the top of the hill whenever the train first came. So we were like, how did he pass us? Like whenever the train came, we like that was our like right whenever it passed, that was our very first time going back down to the cul-de-sac to like get Caden, to get our friend. So we didn't know how he passed us, but he passed us somehow and didn't even see us, didn't know where we were, like just somehow passed right by our buggy. And it's very weird how that happened. Like I don't know how he didn't see us, how we didn't see him. We had our lights on, we had the engine running, we were talking. Like I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. He says he was walking on the side of the road the whole entire time, but I just don't see that. Like I feel like that's impossible. We definitely would have seen him. But so we got in a little bit of trouble. We had to actually go and put the side by side up in the garage, and we couldn't ride it for the rest of the night. But yeah, it was definitely a freaking crazy experience. I was kind of, I don't know, like I said, I was expecting the worst. So I was scared. I thought, maybe someone like got him, or maybe he like got scared and went back to the woods and got lost or something like that. Like I didn't know. Like I said, I was expecting the worst. So I was pretty scared, but yeah, then whenever I came home, I was like, I don't know, I was kind of angry. I didn't know how he got there, and then my dad was like kind of mad at me and all that stuff. But on top of that, I literally picked up, this is a short one. I picked up my phone to talk to my mom, and my friend threw a ball like right through the like where the windshield part of the buggy should be. We don't have a windshield for it, but where the windshield would be, he threw a ball straight through there, and we have a rear view mirror there, and he was like super close to hitting the rear view mirror. I dropped the F bomb. I said, "Are you effing serious?" Right whenever I picked up the phone. Like I pressed the button, put it up to my ear, like I pressed the answer button, put it up to my ear and said, "Are you effing serious?" Right on the phone with my mom. And she was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like she was mad, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." She told my dad, but my dad understood. He said he's done it before. He said it's just like it slips out sometimes, and I'm glad he understood that one as well. But guys, there's some friggin' crap. This weekend was nothing compared to last weekend. Last weekend was so fun, and I loved it, and I don't know. This weekend was pretty different, and I'm pretty sure if you ask anyone that we hung out with this weekend and last weekend, they'll agree with me. It was definitely not even close to as good as last weekend, but it was still good nonetheless. And hopefully, I'll be hanging out with them some more this spring break. And yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling this spring break though. I don't think I'm going anywhere, which actually kind of sucks. I want to go to like beach or something like everyone else, be basic like everyone else. But no, I'm just staying home. So, but yeah, I hope you guys are gonna have a great spring break. I hope you guys are, um, gonna have fun and just party or just run on the beach or swim or hang out with friends or whatever you're gonna do. I just hope you guys have a really good spring break, and I hope you guys also enjoyed my video. And if you did, remember to leave a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel if you are new. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.